Hey people, Intro here, 3v3, Typhon Maya, blue team. Ligt as a Warp Spider Exarch teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control. Is he going to go straight for that central VP, I wonder? Alongside another teleporting hero, it's SchmusCriminal and a Mekboy fighting with a ranged weapon and a bunch of Orky gadgets. This is the Freebooters DLC. Rounding off the team now, Griffinhunter's brother captain, a durable hero walking through objects, cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and support fighting in melee. On the red team, Shoris and a Lord General fighting in ranged combat with a retinue can add to the retinue throughout the game, really strong defense and support. And alongside its double force commanders is Bob, and we have bocchi. These are versatile frontline heroes that bring strong offense, disruption and support for the Emperor. This is Bob in the mid. We have natural VPs on the east for the red team, west for the blue team, and that central VP that sees action basically for the entire game. Looks like the Warp Spider Exarch was able to grab it, and blue team got that northern contested power. That's what you get with two teleporting heroes, I guess. Looks like the Mekboy was the one that got the VP, maybe because he's taken a bunch of damage here. Tactical Marines up for both of the Space Marine players. Triple Guardsman for Shoris, so maybe we'll see some Chimera play in Tier 2. Seems so rare these days. Look at that Warp Spider timing that teleport into melee on a Tactical Marines, which covers the approach of the Howling Banshees, and now the Sluggers. Howling Banshees with those power melee weapons and those power melee kicks. Really bad news for the Tactical Marines. Mekboy's fallen. Was tying up some guardsmen back here, I believe. Double Guardians for Ligt, although no sign of any power expenditure on these guys yet. Double Shooter Boys for SchmusCriminal. Warp Spider Exarch is off the field, so can't revive immediately. What about the south side? Force Commander getting incredibly low. May need to stop and shoot with full accuracy here to get taken down. Got down to 3 hit points, but he makes it away. I think if they stopped, maybe they would have got it done. The Strike Squad took a bunch of damage and do have their Tomes of Titan. On the power now, the blue team. Natural power for the red team through the mid here. There's one similarly here for the blue team. Some guardsmen doing some forward capping, eh? Warp Spider Exarch ignores them. Wants to get his Mekboy buddy back up, I think. Scout Squad barely making it out with just a sergeant. Force Commander can battle cry and disrupt this Warp Spider Exarch now. There it is. Knocks him off the revive. And it's double Tactical Marines for Bob. These guys still quite low here. And the Warp Spider Exarch goes down. 2 heroes down for the blue team is going to make a massive impact. Maybe the brother captain can brute force his way through and grab one or both of them. I need to make sure my phone is silenced. There we go. Power bashing on the south side. A little bit of power bashing. Some power tickling. The Stormtroopers having a go. Just got their sergeant in. And here we see some purgation. Back to the mid though. Turning red. Shuriken Cannon on the field for Ligt. Setup team with this limited firing arc that can suppress units. Sluggers almost taking down the Lord General with their burners in tow. Gives them a couple of power weapons and of course some flame weapons. Increases their health also. Very good upgrade for those guys in Tier 1. Makes them way more dangerous. Howling Banshees have the aspect of strength. They get that health. They get the War Shout fleet. And in Tier 2 they get their Exarch up. She gets a fancy spear. Guardians with their battle equipment as well. Maybe see some shields back here perhaps. But they got some pretty good shields that give perfect cover. These guys might be looking for a grenade on the Shuriken. That was Catachan Devils with that disruption there. Their grenade barrage. Mekboy has been repurchased. These guys looking for plasma grenades now. Big massive stuff to chuck them into. One of them hit really well. Those guardsmen almost wiped. In fact, they did wipe. Down to 2 guardsmen and the Catachans now. Scout shot, not shotguns. Grenade going in on these looters with their death gun. Assault Squad jumping in. This is from bocchi. Rotating across from the south. Force Commander's got a Power Sword and Arm of Alacrity in there. Power Sword will help early on against that Strike Squad and stuff. Because it's a nice power weapon. Also buffs the battle cry. Always nice. He's got such good weapons in Tier 2 though, so the Power Sword often doesn't get a look in because the Thunderhammer and the Power Fist are just like engagement changing weapons. The Power Sword is good but doesn't often win you a fight. I mean, arguably it could with the increased battle cry, but it's only 5% more. And we also see Chainsword and Storm Shield for the Force Commander of Bob. Level 2. Just used to give him more hit points, but it no longer does that. Does reduce range damage by 20%. Also gives him a slightly better melee weapon. No longer gets the bolt pistol though. And of course the awesome defend ability. 478 to 419 on the VPs. Red team have the mid. The heroes being down for the blue team players set them back a bit. But now they're back up. And making good use of that teleporting into melee shenanigans can make a huge difference, especially early on when the battlefield isn't quite so dangerous for them. But saying that, the Warp Spider Exarch goes down in the north. I think Ligt lost sight of his Warp Spider Exarch there. Took his eyes off him, getting the Banshees in. Shooter Boy's wiping. Howling Banshees leading the charge, but they're taking heavy losses. Down to 3 models. Down to 2 models. Can they make it out? They do make it out, I think. These tacks did not drop one. Grenade. That's a really good grenade. Don't get to see the explosion because of the water. But that killed a whole bunch of stuff, including at least a couple of Catachans, I think. Messy fight. Orks are typically very good at that kind of thing. These shooter boys run. I don't think SchmusCriminal will replace him. I think he's going to go tier 2 now. And look for the old weird boy. Devastators on the field now for bocchi, but they're already running. Looks like for the Emperor maybe was on them there. Got some interceptors with Griffinhunter. 1-1-1 build with Strike Squad into Purgation into interceptors can be very, very strong. A versatile build like that. Space Marines can do something similar. In fact, bocchi has done something similar with the Tax and the Devs and the Assault Squad. Who can support them the best? But the Captain's got the Unending Purge. No Son of Bulwark then. But the Captain can do some insane amount of support though. Can't face down those Devastators though and needs to flee. Can bocchi get all the way through onto this natural power? Perhaps. No sign of a Flamer on the way. Any Flamers over here? Nope. I don't think the red team have got through onto this power yet. We saw the blue team get through on the other side very early on. Look at the bodies already. Tier 2 is coming through. Bocchi will be the last player to go. Any war gear for this Mekboy? No. No battery pack or anything. Bocchi rotates mid. Looks like, I think Griffinhunter's also rotating over here. Maybe, no, he's not. He's staying on the south side for now. Grenade. Hits the scouts, hits the Marines. Webway being taken down. It's a strange place to put a webway. It's going to be spotted there, definitely. Usually you see them on the edge of the map. Or in a corner or something. There's one of those energy shields giving perfect cover until it runs out of juice. You can shoot it enough and it'll go down. Ligt with Wraithguard coming through. And it's stick bombers for SchmusCriminal. Not a weird boy, at least not yet. You often see stick bombers doubled up. You know, chuck more bombs in it. Lord General's got the stabilizers in for health regen on surrounding allies. Sluggers with their knob leader now. Super dangerous against those Marines and they just flee. And they took a model out so quick. Howling Banshees are war shouting against the Force Commander. And they just get their Exarch in there. There's crack shot on the Shuriken also. Giving 30% more damage and more range. That's a global ability of the Warp Spider Exarch. Stick bombs going in. So these are stun bombs right here. But they're going to miss. Wraithguard moving up. But it's really powerful Wraith Cannons. There they go. Good damage versus all targets. Small area of effect. And they suppress infantry. You do need to worry a little bit about friendly Fido when his Banshee's in there. Meanwhile, Griffinhunter pushing all the way up the south side. And may get a full power bash. Any other war gear for this brother captain that I can see? Nope. Still level 1. Bocchi is also level 1 on his south side. Where's the jump? Don't see a jump yet. Purgation just used the energy burst on the assault squad, which is really bad news for these guys. Slows them down and takes away their energy so they can't jump. Maybe that's an incentive to jump a bit earlier for bocchi. Jump before they get energy bursted. But the captain flees. Force Commander getting very low. That's Purge Soul from the Purgation squad. Very good versus single targets like heroes. Doing percentage-based damage and slowing them down. Can he make it out? I think he's going to be okay. Well, he's got 2 melee squads in retreat path. Maybe not. And Interceptors just got their Justicar for a power weapon. Force Commander goes down indeed. Back to the mid though. Bunch of stuns, bunch of Wraith Guard shenanigans. Banshees knee deep in a fight there. Looks like we've got melter guns up on the Lord General. Plasma cannon. Hit some shooter boys, I think. Big defensive buffs for the stabilizers. And we saw some fight harder stuff there also. Also, defend, of course. That was the blue aura you saw. Interceptors rotating to the mid. Getting the plasma cannon out of there. Force Commander's going after him, but he's not very healthy right now. They could turn and take him down, I think. Looks like he's getting his Sacred Standard. Kind of a full-on support build for the Force Commander. Defend and the constant damage buff from the Standard now. Interceptors teleport away. Played it safe. Nothing for the Mekboy yet. He's almost level 3. What about the Warp Spider Exarch? He's got the anti-grav grenade. Such powerful control on this thing. Radius 7 can just disable a whole bunch of stuff. Librarian on the field now for Bob. Also for Bocchi, actually. Manticore's in play also. Grenade. Misses. Lord General needs to reinforce Derek and Nigel over there, though. They're coming back. There's a Warp Spider Exarch Webway energy regen bonus thing. Looters get jumped, though. Banshees don't go after the Assault Squad, but Sluggers are there to counter-initiate. Merciless Strike is nicely done. They're trying to use Swamp'em to give themselves some damage resistance to Sluggers. Librarian's there though with the inspiration on kill. And that was nasty. Sluggers got wrecked. Didn't get much help though, did they? Librarian's making a big difference early on. They are quite powerful in melee with the staff. Over 70 power melee DPS, and they get a good range attack. And of course they've got that inspiration on kill, which is big. Not sure how good their inspiration is though, because they're not all equal in terms of like Dreadnoughts and Terminators and this guy. 384 to 319. It's a big part of the end game of Space Marines though, to stacking up those bonuses on kill. Especially when you're alongside a Sacred Standard Force Commander trying to revive the Lord General. But the Captain's going after him. He's got a big old hammer, the Nemesis Demon Hammer. 100 DPS melee. Takes him down. Sacred Standard now boosting for more. Get a bit of a sync kill there. 370 to 319. Rhino on the field to reinforce. These guys can get a weapon mounted on the back. Don't see it yet. It's got the Storm Bolter for now. Plasma on these guys. Got some tier 3s in there. Ligt goes tier 3. SchmusCriminal already in tier 3. Just got the Stick Bombers and that was it. And no war gear here, so he hasn't spent a lot of power in this game. Wraith Guard have their Spirit Seer fella. Helps them move faster and see further. Which is quite handy when you're a Wraith Guard. Warp Spider Exarch gets in there, ties up the Devastator. Plasma Cannon needs to be careful though. A bunch of stuff here. Going for his Power Blades. He might go try to hunt that Manticore. Oh, but he goes down. He's not hunting it anytime soon. Is the Mekboy here? Where is the Mekboy? He's coming in to the mid. Might be able to get a quick revive. 362 to 304. Looks like the fight harder buff is going for the Lord General. That yellow buff you see. Force Commander is going to get revived, I think, by the Lord General. Might want to keep that Sacred Standard buff though, eh? They'll now have a lesser one. Wraith Guard flee. No, they're staying in play. Crack shot on the Shuriken again. Would be very good to throw on the Wraith Guard as well, of course. Librarian still trying to get on him. One goes down. Librarian levels to 2. They're still staying in play. Shuriken gets rid of him. Force Commander does have the defend up, but he goes down again. Too close to the Shuriken and the Looters there. 362 to 283. Power bashing in the southeast corner. Second or third time that's been fully bashed, I think. Got some Stern Guard veterans up here for Bocchi. Looks like he dropped his scouts along the way. And SchmusCriminal has flash kits. With those Snaz guns for now, they are ranged superiority. Can get blasters. I wonder if they will, because they're facing Imperial Guard and Space Marines here. Huge amounts of Daka. 343 to 283 on the VPs. Wraithguard doing their thing, but they do get hit by some Manticore strikes. Staying nice and safe back there. Orc Spider Exarch still down. I don't think he quite finished getting his power blades up. But they'll continue to be procured when he gets back on his feet. Tier 3s for Shoris and Bob. Looks like bocchi last play in Tier 2. It's a decent shot. Assault Squad make an appearance. Force Commander and Librarian coming in, as well as Stern Guard Veterans, which are using Vengeance rounds for some reason. They should not be using that here. Should be switching to, well, Kraken Bolts for the Flash Kits because they are heavy infantry. Maybe they're looking for a Power Bash. Force Commander revives Force Commander. Lord General's right there too. Stick Bombs. Everything flees. This Force Commander will now revive. Catachan stealing this, or trying to. And the Rhino still with no weapon strapped to the back. Guess it feels like he doesn't need it. He's waiting to see if a bunch of vehicles appear, maybe for a las cannon. Nothing wrong with that. More flash kits on the way though for SchmusCriminal. They keep bashing this power. There we go. Gotta cap it, fellas. So speaking of power bashing, here again. Got some plasma attacks. They will really hurt these Grey Knight fellas. I think it's going to get bashed again. Is this Terminators coming in? Well, it's Paladins coming in from Griffinhunter. Unique to the Brother Captain. Big heavy melee demon hammers. And a huge bucket of hit points. There's a fire prism. Gonna shoot from super long range, like 65 range or something. Oh, the force barrier missed them. Oh, they hit one of them. One of the Paladins getting knocked around there. Melter Gun's doing good work against them. This might be the trigger to get Shoris to buy plasma guns on his guardsmen. Those Paladins. Mekboy gets out. Looks like he got the revive. Warp Spider Exarch gets out, and there's those power blades now. Heavy melee weapon on a teleporting hero. Manticore strike. Flash gets able to stay in play. They're keeping those snaz guns for now. D cannon on the way for Ligt. What do you got here? Holy Armor of Titan. So not much support from this Brother Captain. He's like an army unto himself at the moment. He's got the Paladins over here now. Well, I see two of them. Where's the oh, there's the third one. Just lagging behind a bit. Artillery spotters providing some vision over there. Shoris may be looking for a Stormlord or something. Nob Squad on the way for SchmusCriminal. Bocchi with some late game tactical marines. Kicking off on the south side, is it? Not really. Not sure what the plan is against these Paladins. Needs to use vengeance rounds against the Paladins, but it may be better off trying to thin out the other squads rather than hyper-focusing on the really tough guys. Sometimes that's the way of it. Wraithguard able to cap and get volleys off here. Quite handy. Manticore Strike going for the Fire Prism. They can be like paper sometimes in a 3v3. With only 500 hit points, need to keep them a maximum range if you can. Able to just cut through the Space Marines here. Because of the double attacks, they have no way to stop the melee rush. Oh, Bocchi's got a Power Fist now, so he's much more threatening in melee combat if those interceptors teleport in. Autark drops. Jumps. Buffing things. She can help buff that Nob Squad over there with her damage resistance aura. Oh, does her aura only affect Eldar? I don't see it affecting these Orks. Oh, I don't think I actually realised that. Lord General is slain. Yeah, definitely doesn't seem to be affecting those guys. Visually, anyway. 271 to 253 does get that heal off, though. Very close on the VPs. Manticore Strike, where's it going? It's always dropping a little bit short, isn't it? Okay, the Space Marines are back on the south side. Looks like they got the Grey Knight fellas out of there. Do we have the Holy Grounds? No Holy Grounds. The Rhino was taken care of at some point. Nob squad with those power melee huge choppers these days. They do have the Nob leader though. Las Cannon can't really hit these guys. It's 2 Manticores. It's a big risk. Because the Nob squad could just charge them down and take them out so fast. Like right here maybe. Looks like they're going after the Marines for now. You need to get back to base. Force Commander revives the Lord General. Both of the south players rotate towards the mid. Well, they did. Bocchi's run off now. D-Cannon getting shots from long range. Fire Prism has been repaired. And it's a pretty good force barrier. Nothing really to take advantage of it though. Librarian able to escape. And there's a Land Raider Redeemer now for Bob. The red team can use this thing as a retreat point and reinforce off it, which is a big bonus in a 3v3. Huge field presence from this thing. Although we do see a Nob squad which can get heavy melee weapons, and the Paladins, and there's Wraith Guard. So they have what it takes to take down the Land Raider for sure. If they can get close to it. Assault squad jumping in. Stern Guard have their Kraken bolts, which is what you want against the regular Grey Knight fellas, not so much the Paladins. Double cap now for the blue team. A Land Raider Crusader coming in. These days, way more potent, I feel like, with the Psy Cannons on top. It's like a huge buff for that thing. The Manticores have stayed alive. They haven't really been threatened, actually. Shoris has been quite live to the threat when things have got close. Warp Spider Exarch is level 2 with a Shimmer Orb helping Caps on the mid. And he's got Phase Armor too. Cataclysm's looking for a fight, are they? Warp Spider teleports in with Autarch support. 271 to 145, and there's the phase shift. He's not setting up a nuke, he's just frustrating things, I think. Mekboy's in here as well with Mega Rumbler and the custom force field. And that is a singularity. Yeah, that's what he's setting up, I guess. He's not setting up a nuke. Pretty good singularity. Nob squad can threaten these guys, maybe. Oh, so did these guys, I suppose. Big retreat there from Bocchi. Might lose that power again, but there's actually nothing to lose over there. Lots of pressure on that power. Still able to get double Manticores and a Land Raider Redeemer out. The red team. SchmusCriminal could get a battle wagon soon. That would be fun. 1-to-1 cap. Blue team are taking the mid. Nob squad slaying stuff. They're almost level 2. Some force barrier action. That's one thing that he has in his pocket, Bocchi, to stop this Grey Knight advances that force barrier. It's tough though. You can't really get Devastators. They're just going to get intercepted and paladined. Got some Assault Terminators now though for Bob. He's got the Land Raider Redeemer and Assault Terminators. I wonder if he's going to get claws. By default, they have big old Storm Shields and heavy melee Thunderhammers. Force Commanders down, giving big standard bonuses over here. Could also chuck some 4D Emperor on the Plasma Devs maybe. That was a good shot. Hit those Paladins pretty well. We do have Purgation with Psy Cannon, and there is the Land Raider Crusader. Weird Boy on the field. Looters now for SchmusCriminal. Perhaps with a Beamy Death Gun, isn't it? Singularity drags in the Terminators, but they're not too bothered. Big nuke bait back there on the Land Raider, isn't it? SchmusCriminal can drop a rocks. What happened to this thing? I'm not sure. Oh, Flesh over Steel, I think. From the Force Commander. He's in there, look. Nothing was really around to help him. Las Cannon was repositioning, I think. Force Commander now runs, and blue team retain the mid. Who's down up here? Mekboy's down up here. He's going for some Mega Rumbler stuff, I imagine. Crusader backs off. Has those Hurricane Bolters to suppress things. A Twin-Nick Psy Cannon and a Multi-Melter. Really good weapons on that guy. Librarian trying to bash power. Nob squad taking their natural back. I guess the Librarian grabbed it. Or decapped it, rather. Phase shift on the Terminators. I think he was going to try and brute force a cap there. Bob. using the Storm Shield and those Terminators. He's level 6. Stopped in his tracks by that Warp Spider, who's now getting hammered to death. And then Plasma Cannon to death. Manticore. Few semi-decent hits. Terminators will try to decap it. And they get it. And they just get hammered with a bunch of stuff. There's the Holy Grounds from the Paladins. Slowing down enemies and speeding up allies. And it's a huge area, as you can see. Given to them by the Consecrated Scrolls. That's a rocket run. I thought it was a creeping barrage for a second. Decent hits. Knocked everything away from the capping, but Paladins are in there doing it. Interceptors flee. We've got an Avatar of Cain on the way for Ligt. 258 to 89. There's Immortal up for the Brother Captains. Only level 3. What are the other levels like? 3, 5, 6, 6, 2. No, we've got a Terminator Force Commander now. And a bunch of stick bombs. Antigor striking as well as absolute chaos in the mid. Without any actual chaos. Those Assault Terminators back on capping duty. Nob Squad's going to have a go. And these are power melee Nob Squad fellas. So they're going to be painful. Force Commander's there to battle cry. Terminator's willing to take on the melee fight. Nob Squad goes elsewhere now. Instantly slays a Tactical Marine. They're taking plasma shots as well from the Guardsmen, aren't they? Level 4 Guardsmen with plasma. Another Manticore for Shoris. He wants to just bombard this VP, I guess. What is this? Sneaker Librarian gets through again. Basket's trying to have a go. Don't seem to be super effective there, though. Their piercing damage being shrugged off by the commander armor of the Librarian. And there's the Force Barrier. Gets back to capping. The Land Raider might want to turn around and start shooting him. Is that what it's doing now? I think it is. Can they take him down, actually? Manticore strikes on the Land Raider. Look at that. That was 2 full strikes, I think. Did so much damage. They're really good against Land Raiders because Land Raiders are just so big. Another Manticore strike. Can they hit the Wraith Guard? No. Artillery spotters getting some vision. Vanguard veterans jumping in, but they meet an Avatar of Cain right there. Wailing Doom. Sorry, Merciless Strike, and then they run. Avatar providing huge buffs for nearby allies, and he's a really powerful combatant too. Can help push the Land Raider maybe. 220 to 72, a single cap for the red team. Blue team need to get their natural back. What are they up to? Something's on it. Some stick bombers. There's the rocks. Nothing really here to follow it up. I think it's being used more to just push that stuff back and try to get back on the VP. But the captain's there, level 4. He's going to get Manticored. Repositioned slightly. Weird Boy chucking stuff out of the Manticore strike. That's useful. Paladin's getting quite low. They might need to go back to base. Because the Crusader won't heal them up that fast. I don't think it's percentage based on the Land Raiders. I think it's a flat rate. I think. It may be percentage based, but it's a much lower percentage than the HQs. There's that Holy Grounds again. That's so useful against enemy Terminators, isn't it? Massive, massive deal. Doesn't the other Terminator variants get fancy active abilities? And there's a Canticle of Absolution as well. Global ability of the Brother Captain. Providing health and energy regen to allies. Helping out those Paladins a bit. Assault Terminator just toughing out this cap. Now we have blasters though on the flash kits. Orbital and a rocket run. I think they've been knocked out of the orbital though, haven't they? Yeah. It's chaos though. Terminators couldn't finish the cap. 1-1, 205 to 53. You got some Grey Knight Terminators on the way now for Griffinhunter. That Fire Prism's still alive. I can't believe it. I can't believe all the Manticores alive. They are, look at them. Amazing. It's a good map for them because it's not as easy to kind of punch through the forward lines. Singularity, making mince of those guardsmen. Terminators did drop a model, but they can reinforce off the Land Raiders. A Wailing Doom, exploding some Marines. But they have the cap, 2-1 for red. And we have a Lightning Claw Terminator Force Command here. Splash damage, power melee, very, very painful for all infantry. Painful also for the Avatar, who has super heavy infantry armor. Just a massive bucket hit points. Bocchi down to 3 units, but he's got a decent chunk of resources to try and recover here. What would you get though? I don't think you bring a Predator tank into this. Try and get your own Terminators up, maybe. It's got no red though. You must have dropped that nuke, innit? Maybe just get like a line of plasma cannons. Avatar backing off after the Wailing Doom. Can anything cap? Maybe the Paladins can. And there's the Grey Knight Terminators alongside them. And there's the Brother Captain. I feel like I haven't seen him for a while. He's back there. So they chuck as much plasma and stuff as they can. Land Raider Redeemer comes forward, and there's a Manticore strike with a big frag assault. And look at the Manticores doing big chunks of damage there. Killed one of the Terminators, I think. Yeah, all the Paladins got out, and they did get the decap as well. Should have staggered them. I don't know why they chucked them both in there. Put one in, try to draw out the Manticore strike, and then put the other one in maybe. Oh, wow. Did not expect that kind of damage from the blasters on a single entity there. That was huge. 191 to 53. Assault Terminators coming back in. Beleaguered, battered, but they're going for another cap. Oh, the Land Raider went down. The Crusader went down, says Bocchi. Thanks for letting me know. Don't anybody see it. Shimmer Orb is up on the mid. Don't know why. Surely you want to shoot these Assault Terminators. Trying to protect himself, I guess. The Warp Spider, but he wasn't capping, he was phase shifting. Mekboy now capping, is it? No, it's the actual brother, it's the Brother Captain capping right now. With a Mortal up. He gets it, I think. 2-1 is locked in for the blue team. Is this enough? Nob Squad may go down here on retreat. Down to 5 hit points, 4-1. Down they go. Weird Boy, I think the Weird Boy was trying to chuck them, but can you chuck a squad that's retreating? Down goes the Fire Prism. Right Lance almost went down as well. Manticore's doing work, I think, when I'm not looking. Yeah, level 3 and level 2 on those Manticores. Madness. Assault Terminator still trying to cap. They got the decap. There's a double now for red. Look at that. Something snuck through here. What was it? Was it just the Terminator Force Commander, maybe? Just teleported in there. Now he's trying to chop some stuff up. Goes after the Strike Squad. Is getting quite low. And he just got energy bursted. He can retreat, this guy. There he goes. Should be okay. Double cap for red. Seer Council now up for Ligt. Squad of Warlocks that can all leap on you, providing their own damage resistance aura. What was that dying there? Is that the Strike Squad? I think that's a Purgation model. Strike Squad are back here trying to fight Vanguard veterans. Not a good fight for them, unless they massively out-level them, I guess. Strike Squad survived. And they fled the flash kits, the old Vanguard veterans. Grey Knight Terminator is reinforced. I wonder if Griffin is looking for another Land Raider now. Mech Teleport, says Bocchi. Oh, he's shouting this out, I think. He thinks the mech's going for the VP. He might be looking to Mega Rumble of the power. But those guys are on him. They're using their Vengeance rounds, but they should not be using against the hero. Sometimes players can't be bothered to switch the ammo types, I think. Extra clicks and button presses. Eldritch Storm on the Land Raider of Bocchi, and a Rocks on it. This thing just came out, didn't it? Avatar's going to try and finish it off. Down it goes. Did not last long. Bob still has his one though. Guardsman trying to trade with flash kits. I mean, they got their plasma guns. Seem to be doing all right there, level 4. But they did run. These guys not doing so hot. Much more likely to hit all of the models when you're shooting at Marines. Stern Guard level 3. Stick Bomber trying to finish them. Didn't quite chuck it in the right spot. Catechans guarding the VP there with their lives. 110 to 36. That's a rocket run. Some decent hits. They didn't do a whole lot. These guys just healing it off now. Terminator's going for the decap. Wailing Doom says no. And Flash gets to there as well to blast them to hell. They're still capping, you know. Terminator teleports them out. Force Commander level 9 to take on the cap. Trying to. He's going to get Wrath of Cain though. Oh, he's not. Stops the knockback with Battlecry, I guess. 110 to 16 was a no cap game. Now it's a double for red. And look at this. Well played, bocchi, harassing the hell out of this VP. Can they get the Mekboy out of there? There's a Mega Rumbler. Is it still going to go off? Oh, it goes off when it gets back up. Going to stun and knock down those guys. But the captain comes to have a word. Avatar of Cain needs to back off. 91 to 16. Terminator Force Commander's on the VP again. He's got Librarian support. Gets the cap. That could be huge. That's a triple now for red. I don't think he gets away. Oh, maybe he does? I was going to say he should have teleported. Looks like the retreat may work. Paladin's teleporting though. Down to 25 hit points. 17. Zap gets him down from the Weird Boy. Quick thinking there from Schmooze. 57 to 16 on the VPs. What is this game? Level 4 whoops, but Exarch trying to cap, couldn't quite do it. Gets force barriered off. Here comes some flash kits. There's some Daka. Only hitting a single model there though, I think. Manticore gets them out of there. A triple Manticore play. Very fun to see. Heavy Bolter doing Heavy Bolter things. These guys get phase shifted. What's capping? The Wraith Guard are capping, so the Terminators need to stop them capping. There's a level 4 Wraith Guard, so they're quite tough. But they're going after the Autarch. Warp Vomit in there, Force Barrier in there, all sorts of shenanigans. Avatar. I thought he was going to try and slay the Librarian, which I think would have been a good use of him. Because the Gate of Infinity and stuff is really helping his Terminators out. Some Commandos coming in now for SchmusCriminal. Predator tank is on the field for bocchi. Where is it? It's driving down the south side. Going to try and support this little push, I suppose. Stern Guard are here. Using Hellfire rounds on Paladins, which again, they should not be doing. Seems to just be selecting ammo at random, bocchi. Those guys are going to die trying to get a decap. Indeed they do. Down to 9 VPs. Desperation moves from the red team. There's another Crusader. Going to get Las Cannon to death though. Down it goes. There's an Orbital. There's Manticores. There's another Orbital. Avatar leaves. There's a Rocks on the mid now. Trio of Manticores in the back, just bombarding the crap out of stuff. 53 to 9 on the VPs. Shimmer Orb up. The Avatar's actually staying here. Trying to see this game out for the blue team, I guess. Bocchi's down to 2 units. The tank is still here. Blue team don't seem too bothered about it. Is it shooting the gens? What is it doing? And it can't cap, I suppose. Maybe he should bring it mid, though. They need all hands on deck, the red team. Is it time for this Land Raider to push up a bit? Assault Terminators. It's done so much capping for the red team, haven't they? Now a Seer Council's on them, though. Okay, there's Gate of Infinity to help them out. Avatar right here. Might go down. Las Cannon's shooting at him now. 53 to 9. Avatar does indeed go down. Another Manticore strike. And here comes another Avatar for Ligt. Vanguard veterans going for a cheeky decap. They got that tank support. That could be vital. Let's go back to the mid though, where Wraithguard are getting manticored. Did they die? No, they're still alive. Brawl on the VP. Immortal goes up on the brother captain to get the VP capped, I think. There it is, 2-1. Just in time. As the force barrier was coming through. Can these Vanguard veterans get this cap done? Did the Predator die? Where's the Predator? Oh, it's gone mid. They could not get it done though. Paladin scared them off. 53-8. It's a decap though. They did get a decap. Here they are. Now they retreat back to the Land Raider. A single for the red team. Just heard the Warp Spider Exarch dying. They're going to get a 2-1, the red team here. Another avatar coming out soon. Here's more Assault Terminators, this time for bocchi. We've seen how amazingly well Bob has done with his. And he's got some regular Terminators now. And a Terminator Force Commander. Nope, I'm lying. This is the Force Commander, level 10. With that standard, Terminator Force Commander is here for bocchi. 36-8. Bocchi calling out the mech again on this south side. Look, been live to that, hasn't he? Mech hasn't been able to do much shenanigans on this VP. Catechins are still there with some guardsman friends. 28-8, 2-1 for red. Can they hold on to this? Land Raider has pushed up. There's a big heavy turret up there from the Lord General too. Mekboy was slain trying to go for the VP, looks like. Autark trying to get the las cannon out of there. Assault Terminators on her, although only one of them seems to actually be there. Oh, there's only one alive, that's why. 14-8, 2-1. Orbitals, Manticores. Everything's going on. Have the red team done enough? They're even pushing on here now, look. Vanguard veterans decapping. Bocchi's done an amazing job on that VP, you know. Despite not having a huge army for a lot of the game, he's done awesome work over there. Single for the red team. Blue team are capping mid again. But look at this. Nobody's on this. I think the red team have done enough. The red team take it. Awesome comeback. They held on with their fingernails. This Land Raider was amazing. These Assault Terminators were amazing. That Librarian was amazing. Bocchi did a great job on the VP. The Manticores were awesome. Did they all get level 4? No. 4-3-2. Let's look at these heroes, shall we? Level 5 Warp Spider Exarch. As the deafening assault cannon goes on. Mekboy just repurchased himself. Level 6. Level 5 Brother Captain. Level 10 Lord General did have the sniper rifle at the end. Level 10 Force Commander, and of course the Terminator Force Commander, who does not level. What a game. Thank you all for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see ya next time.